LeBron James treats everything he does like an investment. If something won't pay dividends, you can likely count LeBron out. We hear stories all the time about athletes partying, getting pulled over, doing stupid stuff. LeBron stays out of that media drama. He stays disciplined and invests in his body daily. If you knew the amount of work it took for LeBron to be this good and this healthy, you wouldn't believe it. James, at 35 years of age, still seems like he's in his prime as he leads the Lakers to a top seed in the West. James has the opportunity to win a championship with a third NBA team. That's going to be fascinating. Keep watching to find out how LeBron James spends millions of dollars on his body. In 2016, LeBron's teammate Mike Miller explained that James treats his body like an investment. Miller said via Bleacher Report, "Where a lot of people don't do it, he puts a lot of money behind taking care of his body. A lot of people think it's a big expense, but that big expense has allowed him to make a lot more money for a long period of time." LeBron's daily routine has him in the top 5 in the list of career playoff minutes logged. James has found a way to stay on the court. He hasn't had a season-ending injury or anything of that stature. "It's incredible," said Steven Silas, an assistant with the Cavaliers during James' rookie season, and son of then Cavaliers head coach Paul Silas. "There are players who are injury-prone, and I guess he is just one of those players who is not. He just has that body and that will." James is pushing the limits of the typical NBA lifespan. Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan saw their bodies give it up after logging over 54,000 minutes. Players like Karl Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hung it up after logging 60,000 minutes. James has now played 48,223 minutes and is leading the Lakers to a top seed in the West while still producing triple-doubles. At his current pace, James will lead the NBA in minutes played in another couple of years. Don't forget, the playoffs count too.
Gets it to James. LeBron takes it to the rim and finishes with the left, and he's fouled. The legend of LeBron continues. He moves past his idol, MJ.
With the skill level that James has to play every single day, with the added pressure on defense and the freak athletes that are in today's game, it's mind-boggling what James is doing currently. Would Larry Bird have lasted as long as he did in today's league? Probably not. James knew he was going to play a lot of minutes, and that people were going to beat him up, said Keith Dambrot, who coached James in high school at St. Vincent St. Mary. He knew that his body would take tremendous wear and tear, so he started working on this years ago. At 19 years old, James had the body that was built for the NBA already. He was already ready for the pounding his body would take daily and prepared himself so well. He didn't look like any rookie I've seen before, Silas said. His athleticism that accompanied that great body was unbelievable, something I've never seen before and haven't seen since. James is no longer focused on weight training. He'd rather work on his movement, flexibility, and use bodyweight exercises with band resistance. James is worried about recovery, not about being the strongest. He's already strong enough for the league, especially at his age. Back then, every athlete would have the same workout routine. James proved to trainers that everyone is different and needs their own workout. He changed how trainers train in sports. "There's not a one-dimensional way to train for an NBA player," said David Shirebaum, who has provided off-season training for many of James's teammates. "It's on an individual basis, based on what you're doing. Instead of worrying about being the strongest, athletes are worried about how long they'll be able to put their body through this type of contact every day. Now it's all about longevity," said Mike Miller, a 16-year NBA veteran. "People are investing a lot of money in this, and they want that product to be out there for a long time. These guys are billionaires for a reason, and they don't want their investment to get hurt. They now put their investment in training." Miller said James has always been ahead of the curve in finding new training methods to keep him on the floor. James started a trend using the cryo chamber. It was supposed to be a more effective version of an ice bath. It takes just 3 minutes. For a guy like James who has a hectic schedule from morning to night, the cryo chamber made sense. It's also known that he gets massages 3 to 4 times per week. He'll sometimes wear therapy boots on the way to the arena to increase blood circulation. The point is, James takes great care of his body, and because he's been able to do that, the contracts he receives have paid off dividends. Mike Miller went as far to say that companies will approach James about using their product before they release it to the market. Don't get it twisted though. LeBron's health isn't just a result of unique technology. He has discipline when it comes to eating and drinking. He's very aware of everything that goes into his body. You see him have champagne when they win, so I can't say he doesn't drink, but he does a really good job of not doing the extra stuff so that his body is healthy, says Donyell Marshall, his Cavaliers teammate early in his career. That's why you see him getting stronger late in the season when other players wear down. James is getting up there in age, but he's also the healthiest he's ever been. He continues to play 40 minutes a night, and the ball is in his hand at all times, Miller said. It's ridiculous. James has said that he has dreams of winning more championships. That's why he wanted to go to the Lakers. He wants to be the greatest of all time and will do whatever it takes. Next time you see unhealthy snacks on the table, think about LeBron and his discipline. LeBron's first tattoo was the words "Chosen One" inked on his entire back. James got this tattoo while in high school, after he was featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated on February 18, 2002. Sports Illustrated called him the Chosen One on the cover when a story about his growth and rise to stardom at such a young age. This story had motivated him to get himself inked with the same title. The crowned lion tattoo started out as his first arm tattoo, but then in his first NBA season, he got King on the top and James on the bottom inked along with it. Another one of James' early tattoos was a witness tattoo on his right calf. LeBron got this tattoo after a solid run in the 2006 playoffs. The tattoo letters are inked running down the length of his right calf, and it holds the reference to one of Nike's campaigns, which went on air after the playoff run. His fourth tattoo is a 330 on his right forearm. The 330 is the reference to his hometown in Akron, Ohio. It's the area code of Akron. This tattoo was inked during his fourth season of the NBA. Another one of his popular tattoos is the "What We Do in Life Echoes in Eternity" tattoo. This tattoo is a little tricky. On LeBron's right arm, it reads "What We Do in Life," and the rest of the quote continues on his left arm and says "Echoes in Eternity." The meaning of this quote is that whatever we do, the result of such actions has long-term implications. The meaning behind the tattoo for LeBron was that he had been happy with his decisions in life. He got the ink when he had returned with a minor injury in March 2010. I say minor because LeBron has never had a big injury. This tattoo is a quote from his favorite movie, Gladiator. Another one of his tattoos reads, "No one can see through what I am except for the one that made me," in small letters on LeBron's chest. This was in reference to being the gifted child. It's inked on the inside of his right forearm. To honor his mother Gloria for all the sacrifices she made for LeBron to play the game of basketball, he got Gloria inked on his right arm above his lion head tattoo. Some of LeBron's tattoos were unaware of the meaning, like his beast tattoo on his left bicep. And just below the beast tattoo, LeBron has the letters inked which say, "Hold my own." The meaning behind these tattoos are unclear. LeBron also had a portrait of his son LeBron Jr., Prince James, on the inside of his left forearm. He got this ink on his son's first birthday. In the 2007 playoffs, LeBron had revealed an L and J on his left and right triceps respectively. These letters were his initials, LJ. James continued to spend money on tattoos, with a KJ1 inked on his right hand, which is known for King James I. Of course, if LeBron had a tattoo for his first son, he had to get a tattoo for his second son. On his right forearm, LeBron got another tattoo featuring the name of LeBron's second son, Bryce Maximus. He got this tattoo before joining the training camp of USA's basketball team. LeBron decided that his beast tattoo needed more work and got multiple stars inked around it. Later on, LeBron decided he wanted to get some tattoos on his obliques, with a family tattoo on his right side and a loyalty tattoo on his left side. More tattoos continued to appear on LeBron's body, with an Akron tattoo on his right shoulder neck area and an EST 1984 on his left shoulder neck area. That represented his hometown and his date of birth. LeBron also has black flames inked on his right forearm and a winged lion on his chest. The meaning of these tattoos are unknown. On his left calf, LeBron has the word "history" spelled out vertically. LeBron revealed this tattoo inked on his left calf after April 17, 2010, during his first game of the 2010 NBA playoffs. This matched his witness tattoo on the other calf. Later in his career, LeBron had two flying birds inked on the inside of his right bicep. Of course, lastly, James got a tattoo of a snake that's a black mamba, along with a rose and some numbers tattooed. This was a tribute to Kobe Bryant, who lived by the nickname Black Mamba. Kobe, as many of you know, died in a tragic helicopter crash on January 26, 2020. This tattoo includes the snake, which is symbolic of Kobe's nickname, Black Mamba. The rose symbolizes the token of love, or the numbers that Kobe Bryant wore during his 20-year playing career. It's known that his tattoo was done by the tattoo artist Vanessa Aurelia. When LeBron shared the tattoo, he wrote on social media, "I literally just heard your voice Sunday morning before I left Philly and headed back to LA, he wrote on Instagram. Didn't think for one bit in a million years that this would be the last conversation we'd have. WTF, I'm heartbroken and devastated, my brother. LeBron James has more than likely spent more than $5,000 on his tattoos. These tattoos have meaning. These tattoos remind him of his meaning in life. They've helped him cope through the toughest times and allowed him to remember why he does what he does. For James, the tattoos aren't too expensive and he can afford them, but they've absolutely helped elevate his play. James's success revolves around his health and discipline. He's been able to dominate in every aspect of life because he worries and cares for the most important stuff. His body has allowed him to sign lucrative contracts and gain crazy endorsement deals. James is very aware of that and has invested in himself and his body to make sure that he gets the most out of himself during his prime.
The first quarter, Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. Lakers beat him earlier this year in the Borough as James buries that one from beyond the arc.
James might be 35 years old, but he's dominating for the Lakers this season. and has given himself and his team another chance at a championship. James has accomplished so much in what seems like a blink of an eye. We're not ready to watch him walk away from the game. We can thank James's investment in his body for allowing us to watch an older LeBron, still doing players dirty in the league.